The middle of the room was especially well lit. There was a low, easy to access desktop, which was piled up with books, scrolls of parchment, and vellum paper, ink, bottles, bundles of feathers, and thousands of mysterious utensils. Not all were so mysterious, though. Geralt recognized forms for uh, counter, counterfeit stamps, counterfeit stamps, and a diamond gather used to remove the records from official document. In the middle of the desktop lie a small uh, ab- abrelast uh, repeater bow, and next to it, from under velvet fabric, sat a large magnifying glass made of polished crystal. Such glass was a rarity and cost a fortune. Found anything new, Fen? Not much, the cripple smiled. The smile was warm and pleasant. I have narrowed the list of Rience's potential employers to 28 wizards. Let's leave that for a second, interrupted Condrigar. We're interested in something else at the moment. Please explain, please explain to Geralt all of the reasons why the missing Princess Ciri is an object of wide search by the agents of the Four Kingdoms. In the girl's veins runs the blood of Queen Calanthe, said Fen, in a voice expressing surprise at having needed to explain such simple facts. She is the last descendant of the royal line. Sintra has significant strategic and political value. Lost somewhere far from the sphere of influence, a successor to the throne in a bother is a bother, not is it not a danger when in a sphere of the wrong influence? Lost somewhere far from the sphere of influence, a successor to the throne is a bother, it not a danger when in a sphere of the wrong influence, like in the guardian sphere of influence, for example. As I recall, said Geralt, the Cintrian law of succession excludes women. True, confirmed Fen and smiled again, but a woman can always become somebody's wife and the mother of a male descendant. The intelligence agents agencies of the Four Kingdoms found out about the fran- frantic search for the princess started by Rience and assumed that this was the reason. It was then decided to prevent the princess from becoming somebody's wife and mother in the simplest and most reliable way. But the princess is dead, added Conjugal quickly, seeing the change in Geralt's face caused by Dwarf's words. The agents learned it and called off the search. They have for now. The Witcher made an effort to sound cool and collected. One of the aspects of a lie is that it never works for long. Besides, the royal agents are only one of the players in the game. The agents, as you yourselves said, were hunting for Ciri in order to round the uh, thwart the plans of other hunters. Those other ones might be much less susceptible to disinformation. I have hired you so you wouldn't so you'd find a way of ensuring the child's safety. What are your propositions? We have a certain idea. Fenn shot a look at his partner, but didn't find an order to of silence. We have an idea. We have a certain idea. Fenn shot a look at his partner, but didn't find an order of silence. We want to spread discreetly but widely a notion that not only Princess Siriwa, but also her potential male descendants have no rights to the throne of Sintra. In Sintra, the distaff side doesn't take part in the decision, is in the succession, explained Condriger, struggling with a new uh, Cowan attack, coffin attack. Only the spear does. Exactly, nodded Legist. Geralt said so himself. It's an old law. Even the devil, even that she devil Calanta failed to invalidate it despite the attempts. She tried to override it using an intrigue, said Conjuger, an unlawful kind of intrigue. Tell him, Fen. Calanthe was the only da- daughter of King Dagorad and Queen Adalia. After their deaths, she had defied the nobility, which saw in her solely a wife for the new king. She wanted to rule alone. She did agree for a princess consort, consort just to ensure continuity of the dynasty, but his uh, position and authority, prince con- she did agree for a prince consort, but to ensure continuity of the dynasty, but his position and authority would be comparable to that of a ragdoll. The old aristocratic families opposed fervently. Calantha's alternative were a civil war, an abdication, or a marriage with Rogner, the Prince of Ebin. She chose the third option. She still maintained authority over the country, but together with Rogner, together with Rogner, naturally she never let herself be subjected or relegated to the womanly sidelines. She was the lioness of Sintra, but formally Rogner was the ruler, although nobody would title him a lion. And Calanthe, added Conjuger, struggled furiously to become pregnant with a son. In vain, she gave birth to a daughter, Pavetta, then miscarried twice, and it became clear that she wouldn't have any more children. All her plans went down the drain. Women's lot, great ambitions spoiled by a ruined uterus. Gerald winced. You're disgustingly trivial, Conjuger. I know. The truth can be trivial too, because soon Rogner Ragnar started to look for a young princess with approximately wide hips, preferably from a family with fertility practically figuring on their pedigree chart. And Calanthe found herself in deep trouble. Every meal, every cup of wine could have brought her death. Every hunting expedition could have ended with an unfortunate accident. It is therefore no wonder that the Lioness of Sintra decided to take the initiative. Roegner died. The country was at the time plagued with a pox, so his death raised no suspicions. I think I'm beginning to understand, said the Witcher, seemingly impassive. The news, the news you are going to spread discreetly, but wildly around the world, that is, Siri will become known as the granddaughter of a schemer and a murderer.